like a description and a title, and just create more and more energy around the structure so that it's solid and it's mine and nothing can take it away. But then at the same time, the ego, as soon as it's doing that, is over here in fear of what if something happens to take it away. So now you create disruption inside of you, and you create fear and anxiety that is not necessary. And it's all to protect that ego. It's all to protect that sense of identity. And if we can release all the sense of identity and just stay open, it doesn't mean that I don't, like, I'm Tanya and I'm a healer, but I'm not attached to how that has to happen. If I, teach a Pilates class today and then tomorrow that class is not there and something takes that away, I don't need to lose myself and feel like I'm nothing now because I don't have that job. It just means something's evolving. And if I stay open to that evolution, then I'm now becoming what my soul's ready to embody now. And so same with relationships. If we're married and once we really loved each other, or maybe we thought we loved each other, but we realized one day, oh, this has not been love. This has been codependency and controlling and fear the whole time. And that takes great courage to be honest about that. And so this is why many souls don't want to do that. They don't want to do the work, because the pain of really looking into what you've created and being accountable for it can be intense in the beginning. But once we do it and we see what we've created, we're like, wow, I have created all of this. And so what of all of this that I've created brings me joy? What do I actually love? And if I'm doing all this stuff over here that's exhausting me and I don't even enjoy it, why am I choosing that? And so if we can start to tune into those questions and then be willing to release what we're not really loving, we create space and freedom to receive what we love. And so that's the people that you see that seem to really just be happy and joyous, and opportunities come and they're just always moving and evolving. I feel what they've figured out is they've figured out how to live without that attachment. But at the same time, we have a society that tells us if we live in that way that we're selfish, or, I've seen people, like famous people, be degraded because they could feel a partnership relationship wasn't working and they moved on, and pretty swiftly moved on, and their career was going awesome. And then people were like, oh, what a diva, or what a bitch, like she just totally took advantage of all those people. And so we create problems for our own evolution, because the ones that aren't doing this for themselves, they're not loving themselves and having that be a priority, then they start to project their anger outward to others, because they feel, if I can't be free and do what I want, you shouldn't be able to. Does that kind of make sense where we get in trouble?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So this is, basically we're in a place where we have so many choices, but I would encourage, any of the clients I've worked with and all my friends and family, I just feel like the most important thing is to live in a liberated way, to be able to be free. And if I feel someone's coming in and they're trying to project something on me that tells me I have no freedom, like I don't have a freedom to express myself, or I don't have a freedom to really honor what I feel, where I'm at now in my life is I really look at that as a huge red flag. And then I'll tune in meditation, ask my angels for guidance and clarity, and figure out, okay, what is this about? Am I supposed to bring a message to this person or this situation? Should I be patient and stay here for a while and keep speaking truth? Or would it be best for me to just cut this cord, learn from it, say thank you for the lesson, and let go, and then move on with greater wisdom? And so really it's a process we have to do for ourselves of daily, connection with source, and tuning in and asking these important questions about your own self-worth and self-love, and then being courageous enough to listen to the answers and to take action. When you get that clarity and you just know you're in your gut, it's screaming at you, it's telling you the direction, have the courage to go confidently in the direction of your dreams and desires, and without apology, without feeling that you need to prove anything. I feel like that's what keeps so many stuck, is that the ego tells them that they have to prove something, or, oh, you made a commitment, an agreement, and you stay stuck in these places. And it's like an imprisonment that humans do to themselves. And then society kind of projects that back, and they want to imprison individuals and make them feel a sense like they control you. But really, when we're honest, we are in charge of ourselves. And if we're accountable for our own actions and our own choices, there's a freedom and a power in that. And we always have that opportunity. Make sense?
It sure does.
Yay. So any other things you want to share about your clearing, or any questions that you have? Or
well, I've had a problem in the past. I've gotten better with compulsive shopping. It's like I'm in the hunt and gather mode. I like to go and find a deal, and then I get a rush when I find a deal.
Yes.
Even if I don't need it, even if I have more of it at home.
You're like, I've got 3,000 deodorants. Why do I need another one? Because it was 20 cents.
I think, oh, that would make a nice gift for someone, but I don't really have anyone in particular in mind. And and these things are just starting to become more evident to me, what I've been doing. I don't really have a handle on why I've been doing it exactly. I guess maybe to fill a void.
Yep, that's exactly what the angels are saying. Exactly.
But I think it's good that at least I've become aware of what I've been doing.
Absolutely.
I've gotten much better at it.
Good. Yeah, and I think, being aware and having that awareness and mindfulness is power for you. And so it's just let go of any feelings that you need to judge yourself or shame yourself. I think the reason that people are slow to do their inner work is because externally we've been conditioned to be shamed and judged. So then we don't want to look inside, because then we have to be like, oh man, look, I'm terrible. I've done all these things. But if we release that ego and we release that shaming energy and that addiction to shame ourselves, we can simply look and go, wow, look at this. I just got a new awareness of something I've been doing. Why have I been doing that? That's interesting. I'm observing. So it's like the higher consciousness of you is observing the character of you being played in the film of your life.
Exactly.
That's what's really happening. And then that consciousness is just like, oh, look at what you've been doing. How come you've been doing that? Would you like to change that? Okay, let's stop doing that. That feels better. Yeah. And then there's no shame. Really, we have this opportunity to handle everything like this. Oh, we dated this person. Just didn't feel right. Yeah, I was with them for a few months and really hoped it would go in other directions, but doesn't really feel right. So I love myself. Thank you for the awareness, letting them go and moving on with freedom. And I love what new experiences are coming my way. And so that kind of living is very much self-love foundation. But I hear so many clients say, oh, if I do that, people are going to think I'm selfish. They're going to just think I'm selfish and that I'm just entitled and just do my own thing and don't care about them. And I'm like, well, it's all how you handle it, because really self-love is the first love that we must understand before we can truly love others. And so I think a lot of these addiction behaviors come from a lack of self-love. So then it creates a behavior. So we might have an addiction to shopping, or we get drunk before we go home to deal with our family because we're so stressed out. Or, some have a sexual addiction because they were shamed for their sexuality. So now they feel so bad about it, they can't stop doing it. And then they have to hide it in the closet. And what it does is it starts to create this just like a dark dragon that's inside them that really creates a lot of suffering. And if they just can observe and go, okay, I've been doing this. What is this about? Like, let me tune inwardly and feel this. Like, why is it that I feel like I need to go shopping right now? I'm feeling kind of empty. I'm feeling kind of like something's, not fulfilling in my life. Why do I feel like shopping will help? It doesn't really help, I've noticed. Then I feel guilt about the money I spent, or, I feel guilt about all the clutter of all the things I have. So what is it that I am really needing inside? And then as you're in that space of reflection and stillness, Source is connecting with you, like, you're already enough. Let me fill you up with that awareness. Let me fill you up with love and show you that you're so beautiful and you're so enough. And let's go ahead and clear some of that clutter.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and just know that it's okay to go shopping, but let's do it when we're just really, there's something we need, and not because we're going to escape and because we're tense or we don't feel we have anything that fulfills us. And let's kind of shift that and put our focus on a hobby, something that we really love that gives us joy and passion and a sense of purpose. And so do you see how you can kind of start seeing one behavior, clear it out, and then realize what you're really ready to embody and what will actually bring you more fulfillment, but let that come from inside and kind of spill out. Rather than when we're out like shopping or collecting relationships or collecting, trophies. We want to be the best runner ever. I mean, we can collect anything. We're collecting in an attempt to feel like we're enough, and to feel like at some point we're going to feel enough and we'll have enough stuff or people or title to feel okay. And if we can just clear that tendency and just come to a place where we accept our own self-worth and feel at ease, then we choose everything, but we choose it from love rather than from fear.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes.
Well,
That
I could
kind of
go.
make sense?
Yes, and I could go
That
on
is
and
so
on, but I
good.
think you're out of time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I will stop
Yep.
now, and thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, love, for sharing. And thank you all for tuning in today. If any of you have questions and you didn't get a chance to tune in live, because I know some of your lives can be busy, but really look into that. If there's things that are important to you that you know can help you and you're always saying you're too busy, really check into that. Let's have some awareness on what we prioritize in our lives. And feel free to contact me if you have questions. And if any of you are in need of an angelic auric clearing and you have more questions, or you're just like, you know what, I'm just ready, Tanya. Like, let's set up a session. I am ready for some miracles. Then contact me and we'll make that happen. You can go right to my website and or give me a call. Find me on Facebook because I'm on there often sharing things. And I have some spring clearing specials right now for the month of March. And I'm going to have it go for March and April. It's basically if you purchase 2 auric clearing sessions, you'll get your second session half off, and you're welcome to gift that second session to a loved one, or you can use it for yourself down the line. So whenever you want to use it, or you could use it for an intuitive angel reading or a coaching session. So just let me know on that. And then the other offer is if you, as a client, refer to me new clients, I will also give you a discount on your sessions for coaching or angel readings or whatever. So just contact me and trust if you are being summoned in that there's a reason, and there's just you're shifting and you're coming into a space of alignment and power is what the world is ready for from you. So you're avoiding that is just delaying the inevitable. We all have the inner work to do. So why don't we just, like Nike says, just do it and get it over with? What do you say? So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, it's a pleasure. And next week I'll be interviewing a friend named Holly Marwood, who accesses the Akashic Records, and she channels for the High Council of Orion. So we're going to be interviewing her and just getting to see her take and hear her way that she approaches this and connects with Source. So thank you all so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to connecting with you next Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Namaste.
That's it.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Help In,